Hi guys, good morning. I have no idea how I'm going to start off this video. I'm just going to say that I was flooded with information last night. I do have another video I'm going to post after this, and it is a prophetic warning for someone. Okay, and you're gonna see the title of the video and stuff like that, but it does kind of relate to this video because I did get other messages after that. But the message that was brought to my attention was they hate you, but they want to be just like you. Okay, so it's a situation where many of you guys may have experienced this, and here's the thing: we are about to enter 2022. A few months back, we were heavy in the book of Micah, because that's what God had me on, the book of Micah. And in the book of Micah, it talks about a lot of the stuff that's going to be happening around this time, where, family against family, and then friends, you put no confidence in a friend, and family, your enemies in your household. And it also talked about, put no confidence in the friends or enemies in a household, mothers turning against daughters, daughters turning against mothers, fathers turning against sons, sons turning against fathers, like all of that's happening, right? And it's in Micah, it's basically warning you, what to be aware of and what to look out for. So we were heavily in Micah, and I told you guys that Micah was going to continuously run through up until probably March. And that's what God specifically told me. And the thing about it is, because we're not really talking about Micah that much, a lot of us tend to forget that there's still low-key snakes around us. Okay, and I'm not going to say there's no one personally in my life right now that's I consider a snake or anything like that. Let me just tell you that, God revealed to me who all the snakes are, and they have left my life, or I have removed myself from them, or I have removed myself from the upcoming snakes, which means that the people that God sees who are going to betray me in the near future, and God has warned me about, okay? So the point of me saying this is that many of you guys, you are still in this position that I was in. I'm not in it no more. So because I've been through it and gained wisdom experience from it, I'm going to teach y'all, okay? So, you have to be very cautious right now of who's around you. And when I heard they hate you, but they want to be like you, it's dangerous. When someone wants to be like you and they hate you, though, that's very dangerous, because this is someone that will, try to steal your position, or they want to be in your position, and they will stop at nothing to be in your position because they hate you. There's a difference between someone being a role model and looking up to someone and really admiring them and really, following their footsteps. And, there's a difference between that and really hate. Hate is a strong word. Hating someone, hate comes from an evil place. It comes from envy. It comes from jealousy. It means this person doesn't have a clean heart. So there's a bit of difference between looking up to someone and really, looking at someone as a role model and being inspired by them, and, following their footsteps because you're inspired, and, it's kind of like they're your mentor in a way, compared to someone who really hates you, but they're doing everything just like you. Okay, so they inspire to be you, but they really, really hate you. Okay, so you have to be cautious of people like that. And I want you guys to be aware of those around you who critique you, who put you down. Like, they may tell you something about, if you tell them something about, I have an idea for a project, for a business, and you're my friend, I want to tell you about this project, or you're my, my cousin, or you're my uncle, and I want to tell you about this project, about this business, and they critique you and say, you know what, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think this is for you. I don't think you should do this, right? And you got to be careful of people that will tell you not to do something, and then they run away with your idea, and then they go and try to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that happens a lot. Be mindful, and it could be, you'll notice the little things before it gets to the big things. I'm trying to help you spot it out when it's at the little things, when it's the little signs, before it gets to a bigger kind of deception. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it always starts small and then it grows. It's a snowball. It always starts small and then it grows big. Do you see what I mean? So most of the times we ignore the red flags when it's starting small, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until we are deceived and we are backstabbed, and we're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I was going to have to go through this. And sometimes God is literally trying to tell you, like, you got to be careful of this person. You got to be careful. Like, there was times where I was getting visions and dreams about specific people, and I'm just like, oh, it's interference. They don't want me to be friends with this person or that person. And the whole time, these were literally red flags that I was ignoring because I so badly wanted to believe that this person or that person genuinely cared for me. Because, you know, when you have a good heart, you don't want to always think that someone's hating on you or someone's jealous. That's the last thing you want to think. That's the last thing you want to think, because you want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. And the problem with always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt is when you give them the benefit of the doubt, that is when they take advantage of that. And that is when they can do what they need to do to sabotage you and to block you and to put you down. I remember when I was going through this, my dad reached out to me and said, Stephanie, I had a dream about this person you got to be careful of. And then a complete stranger emailed me, so you got to be careful of this person that I dreamt of. And I'm just like, oh, I don't have any friends in my life. Like, I don't know one person in my life. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is, you know, maybe they're just dreaming about someone else that used to be in my life. And the whole time it was the person that I least expected it to be. And God actually been showing it to me and I was ignoring it. Do you see what I'm saying? And, you know, at the end, I was a lot more hurt than I should have been, because had I listened from the beginning, I would have avoided heartache. I would have avoided a little bit of depression. I would have avoided, you know, being really upset. But God was like, you know what? It's good that you noticed it now before you enter your new season, before you enter 2022. So you guys have to be very mindful of things like that. Even if it's little jokes, friends or family or whoever, people around you will joke, will kind of low key diss you, and they'll disguise it in a joking manner. That's exactly how they feel about you. But they laugh about it and they do it in a joking manner because they don't want to reveal their cover. They don't want to blow their cover. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to blow their cover. You see, when someone hates you, but they want to be like you, they're going to do everything to cling on to you. Okay. And they'll do everything to cling on to you until they can no longer hide the fact they hate you. They can no longer mask the fact they hate you, because the more and more they're around you, like I said, it's a snowball. It starts to build up. And then what happens is there's too much things coming to the surface that's basically exposing or revealing what the hottest person really feels about you. And then they have to remove themselves quickly before their cover gets blown. Do you see what I'm saying? Or something may happen that blows their cover. You see what I mean? So be careful of people who are low-key, you know, joking around and low-key dissing you, but they play it off like a joking manner. Be careful of the side eyes too. Stop ignoring side eyes. Stop ignoring side eyes. That's something that I was doing for a very long time. I was ignoring side eyes. I noticed every single time that there was an enemy around me and I didn't know they were an enemy at the time. One thing I noticed that there's a consistent pattern with all of them. There was always some sort of side eye that I would notice. It's not like, you know, someone being, you know, sarcastic and saying, I'm going to give you the side eye. Like, you know, people joke around, say, I'm going to give you the side eye, and they joke around like that. But when there's a real enemy around you, they will look at you and give you a side eye, and it won't be no typical, I'm going to give you the side eye, you know, and they may joke about it in a joking manner and they really may not like you, right? But I'm talking about those who really give you a side eye, and it's not no side eye as in I'm side eyeing you because I'm confused about you, or I'm side eyeing you because I'm questioning something about you. No, I'm side eyeing you because I low key don't like you, and I low key don't like you, and I'm having a hard time hiding it. Or, you know, I really, really like that jacket that you're wearing, you know, I'm side eyeing you. I really, really like your, you know, that ring that you have on your finger, some side eye, and you are really, really like that hairstyle or that dress. Or it's let me give you examples. I like giving examples because I went to school for performing arts, and I'm very observant. Okay, let me tell you something about me. One thing about me, growing up, you guys are learning stuff about me. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a crime scene investigator when I was younger. You know, of course, I don't have the stomach for it, so I can't do it. But I've always wanted to be a crime scene investigator because I'm like a detective. And I don't purposely try to be a detective. I don't purposely try to be a detective. It's just, I have that natural gift where God will show me things, and he will show me pieces and glimpses of things. And I'll kind of just remember everything that God has been revealing to me in bits by bits. Like, you know, like dreams and visions and all that. I'll remember everything bits by bits, and little things that he says. And then I'll remember things that I witnessed in real life. Like not in real life as in like, when I mean real life, I'm talking about like physically, okay? Like not the visions and the dreams as in like sleeping or something. I'm talking, or in the spiritual realm. I'm talking about like physically. I will notice things, like I'll see things and I'll notice it, and then I'll kind of collect everything. I won't mention anything. I won't say nothing. I'll kind of just brush it off. And you know, and that's my issue. I always brush things off. But then later on, half of the puzzle will be completed without me trying to put it together. And then I'll just sit back and be like, wait. And then I kind of start seeing the puzzle picture being created. Then I could see the picture and I'm like, wait, but I'm missing some pieces here. But I'm seeing it. You don't always have to get the full puzzle put together for you to protect yourself and for you to actually realize that, this person really doesn't like you, or this person's really a low-key hater. Like, the game, I forgot what the game's called. The game shows where you have to guess the word, and let's just say the word is God, and you see G. There's a 3-letter word, and there's a G at the front and there's a D at the end, and the person at the front says, "Okay, so this is our creator." Obviously, the letter in the middle that's missing is a O, right? So you're like, "Oh, I'm going to go with O," or I'm going to solve the puzzle before I even mention the letter. I'm just going to solve the puzzle. The puzzle is, the word is God. It's like that. It's like God is giving you pieces. You don't always have to fully have all the pieces to know what the puzzle is, because it's so obvious. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like so obvious, right? Like that game show. So, it's like I will collect things. Literally, I'll collect evidence without knowing I'm collecting evidence. And then later on, that would happen to me, and it would be revealed to me. And then sometimes I would still be in denial. And that's one of the worst traits to have, because that's how you block your own blessings sometimes. That's how you self-sabotage. And God is like slapping his forehead, like, child, I've been trying to warn you about this person. Like, what are you doing? Right? So I'm telling you guys, if you guys are seeing a lot of these signs, people putting you down about something, and then it's like someone saying, "I don't like that dress that you're wearing. I don't think it, it doesn't suit you. Don't wear that dress." And then 2 weeks later, the person's wearing the same dress. "I don't like curly hair. I'm not a curly hair type of girl." And the next week they have curly hair because you're wearing curly hair. You see what I'm saying? Or, "I don't wear makeup. I don't need makeup." This is the biggest one, okay? "I don't wear makeup. I don't need makeup. I have natural beauty." And the next week they have lipstick on, they have eyeliner on, all that stuff. "But I thought you said that you don't wear makeup." So they'll try to critique you and put you down. The next week they're doing the same thing. That is someone that wants to be like you, but they hate you. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like someone saying, "Oh, I don't eat pasta. I don't like pasta. I don't eat." They may be around you and you may be like, "Oh, you want some pasta?" "Oh, I don't eat pasta. I don't like pasta. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to lose weight. Da, 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 da." And then you go to their house and they're eating pasta. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they just don't want to eat from you, or maybe you don't eat from them. Like that could be, I'm just using that example. But watch for things like that. You know what I mean? I remember I used to post certain photos back in the day, and when I used to post certain photos back in the day, I noticed back in the day, I would see my visions. Actually, God would show me something and be like, well, you gotta start writing your ideas down. You gotta start, copywriting some stuff, and you have to start trademarking some stuff, because some people that really don't like you, they're really the ones that are really watching you like heavily. Why do you think most of you guys may have an Instagram, and you may post stuff on Instagram, and you may have, let's just say you have 5,000 followers on Instagram, but you're only getting 100 likes. So why is everybody else following you then? If they don't want to like your photo, why are they following you? You ever question that? So it's that concept. Most of your haters will be the ones watching you. You'll have supporters, but most of it would be haters watching you. Do you see what I mean? Because haters love to watch you. And God, that's what I'm telling you. That's what God was telling me last night. He was saying they hate you, but they want to be like you. And they're the ones that are heavily watching you. They're going to be the ones that are stalking your website, trying to see, how much your sales are. Cause they're going to listen, they're going to pocket watch like kangaroos. They're going to pocket watch like kangaroos. They're going to be the first ones on your websites calculating how much you're making from each product. Oh, okay, so her inventory, I don't know how much her inventory is, but if she's charging this much per bottle, she sells 10. Oh, she's making this much. Oh, people actually do that. Your supporters won't do that, but your haters will do that. See, they keep your haters have a microscope on you. This is why you always get betrayed by the ones you love, because you ever heard, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's how your haters look at things. Okay, I don't like this person, but I'm going to be the closest to them because I'm going to move up with them. because they have the personality, they have the looks, they have this, they have that, and they're moving up. I want to move up with them. But then what will happen is sometimes it will be too obvious. They got to pull themselves away because the insecurity will come out. The hate will try to come out. It will be too obvious. They got to pull themselves away. Why do you think sometimes you don't hear from people and then randomly you just hear from them out the blue? You may not hear from someone all month, and as soon as you launch something or as soon as you post something, oh, I haven't heard from you in a long time. I miss you. What's going on? Do you see what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, they have to keep themselves close to you. If they can't beat you, they got to join you. So now that we're heading into 2022, a lot of you guys still have some snakes around you. You do. You have some snakes around you. And the problem is, and the thing about it, the problem is that God can't open certain doors for you if you have these snakes around you, because they're going to just gnaw away at whatever blessing you get. They're going to just nibble away at every blessing you get. You know how much times I said to myself, you know what, when I get in a good position, I'm going to bless this person because I love this person so much. I'm going to bless this person. And the same person I'm going to bless, and I'm sitting there daydreaming about how I'm going to surprise them with this gift, or how I'm going to do this for them, do that for them because I love them so much. And then God reveals to me something that they do to me behind my back, or the way how they feel in their heart about me. Really how they feel in their heart about me, and God reveals certain visions to me about how they think about me behind the scenes and how they look at me, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I never got to this position yet, because I'm telling you right now, it would have hurt me to the core if I got to this position and I did this for this person, and this is how they really truly felt about me. It would have burnt me to the core. So sometimes God is like, listen, you got to get the worm out the apple. Do you see what I'm saying? The worm can eat your apple. The snake can be eating away at your apple. And some of you guys, you have a snake eating away at your apple right now, and you don't even realize it. You have a snake eating the apples off your tree, because you growing a tree with fruits. And listen, a tree can't bear bad fruits. Do you get what I'm saying? A good tree, a good seed that God gives you can't bear bad fruits. Do you think worms and snakes are going to go after bad fruits? Or they're going to go after ripe fruits, juicy ripe fruits, right? Why do you think when you go to the store and you buy fruits, you look at the fruits before you buy it, right? And then you cut it open, there's a worm in it. And you never expected there to be a worm in it or anything in it because you looked at it before you bought it, right? You can't have these worms and these snakes eating away at your tree, because your tree is growing pure. Your tree is growing and producing proper fruit. The worms that are eating at it are the worms that come when it is grown and try to gnaw away at it and eat away at it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys, you have to be very cautious and stop ignoring the red flags. They're right in front of your face. And I'm not trying to say this to be harsh or anything like that. I'm literally saying this to you as like your little sister, your big sister. I may be your auntie if I'm older than you. I like when you guys say, hey, big sis, hey, little sis, hey, daughter. Like, I love it, okay? Because I see you guys as like my family, because I don't really have much. I'm not really close to a lot of people. So when I come on YouTube, it's like, oh, this is my family. Or when I go on Patreon, I'm like, oh, this is my family. You know what I mean? But I'm coming to you very serious because God was showing me this stuff. And I'm like, wait, God can't be talking about me because I already got rid of everybody. And God knows I already got rid of everybody. And I had to fast. For me to pull myself away from certain people, I had to fast and ask about them. And God was showing me stuff. Like, yeah, when you posted this photo, this person was angry. When you launched your business, this person was angry. They couldn't handle it. And I'm like, well, I can't have someone like that around me then. You have to remember sometimes too, people that are around you, they can see what's in store for you before you even see it. There's a lot of people that came in the comment section like, Steph, God showed me this about you. Steph, God showed me that about you. Steph, I had this dream about you. And I don't even know these people, but I had to delete certain comments because I'm like, oh my gosh, God already showed me this. But if God is showing me this and he's showing you this, and I don't even know you, and he's showing you this, I could only imagine the enemies that I have. He may be showing, the devil may be showing them. So I have to delete certain comments because I'm like, when it comes to certain prophecies, I don't want people knowing everything about my life. I'm very private when it comes to my prophecies and all that, right? So sometimes you have people around you. Sometimes you can have people around you. Sometimes when you have someone in your energy space around you, they can, like, it's like, You may not have dreams about someone, or you may not have visions about someone, but if you're hanging around them all the time and you're chilling around them all the time, or you work with them, or you guys are talking all the time on the phone or texting all the time on the phone, they're most likely going to be able to see certain things or see certain things about you, or the devil can use whoever's close to you who already has a hardened heart. And sometimes people are not just evil, but they're just not healed. They're just not healed, and they're not at a place to be happy for others because they have not healed through their trauma. And because you may have done the work, the devil may use that person who is still dealing with their trauma, who is still not healed. The devil may use them and show them your future, show them your prophecies. And then it's kind of like them seeing that may make them feel even more insecure. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And another thing he was telling me is that many of them, they are sitting there and watching your footsteps, and they're trying to follow your footsteps, but you see, they're doing it backwards. They're doing it backwards. See, like I said, there's a difference between looking up to someone, being inspired by someone, like, yo, this is my mentor. I really love this person. This person inspires me. I want to be just like them. God, thanks for bringing them in my life, and really having a good heart about that, and because you have such a good heart about that, you're going to see results. You're going to see results. There's a difference between that and, really just hating someone and trying to follow their footsteps, and you're not going to see results. Because let me tell you something. You see, when you get homework from God and you have to do your homework, and then the test comes, you know how to do the test. And I talked about this before. You know how to do the test when I gave y'all the school analogy. You know how to do the test because you're consistently doing your homework. Your homework may be fasting. Your homework may be praying. Your homework may be building up your confidence, healing, getting therapy, working on your heart. Do you see what I'm saying? Getting closer to God, saving your money, drinking your water, minding your business, staying away from drama. You see what I mean? That may be your homework. So they may be trying to copy your homework, but they're not copying it from the internal. They're copying it from the external. So they're copying the results. You get it? The school analogy? They're copying the results. It's like when a teacher gives you homework and says, okay, I want you to write down your answer, but I also want you to explain in the paragraph, how did you get that answer? You get what I'm saying? So they're copying the results, which is external. So they're going to copy the look. They're going to copy the way you talk. They're going to copy the way you walk. They're going to copy the way you dress. They're going to try to copy your personality. They're going to try to copy, everything that you're doing, your business, everything, every single footstep. They're going to copy it, right? But they don't know how to do the internal work, which is the real homework. Because that's something you can't copy. So now when the test comes, they don't know how to complete the test. They can't pass the test because the test is based off internal. The test is based off spiritual. The test is based off what is it the spirit has learned. That is what the test is based off. Not what's on the external. Not as what's fleshly. That's why I say they can't copy your anointing, so don't even worry about that. Right? So you have to remember also, when someone tries to wants to be like you, but they hate you, let me tell you something. Do you know they already failed the test? They already failed the test before it was even handed to them. Because you can't try to be like someone you hate. It's impossible. You can't try to be with someone you hate, be like someone you hate. Because the person that you're trying to be like that you hate, they're going to consistently be leveling up and moving up a level. See, how they failed the test was they started to try to be like this person, and they started to try to be like this person through hatred. Not through love, not through inspiration, through hatred. So right away they failed the test. Because a part of leveling up is your heart. So they failed the test before it was even handed to them. This is why when someone tries to be like you and they copy everything you do, they don't succeed. They end up blowing their own cover. People start to notice that they're mimicking someone else. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they're not doing the real homework. A lot of you guys, another reason why people want to be like you is because they expected you to be bottom feeders. They expected you to be a bottom feeder, and they can't believe that you're not a bottom feeder. You supply the food, but you're not the bottom feeder. You get what I'm saying? So they can't believe the anointing that is upon your life. They can't believe that you went from here to here, or there to there, or there to there. They can't believe that a person that has been through abuse, that a person that has been rejected, that a person that has been neglected, that a person that has been put down, that a person that has been lied on, that a person that has been scarred. They can't believe that someone like you is either glowing, or someone like you, God has picked you. Or someone like you, the one that they said would never be anything in life, never succeed in life. They can't believe that you have surpassed them. They can't believe it. So what do they say? I'm going to try to be just like her or him, even though I don't like them. Because now they realize their formula didn't work for them. So now they want to copy your formula. Your formula is in here. Your formula has been worked on spiritually, from the soul, from the root. You see what I'm saying? Remember what God said, a bad seed can't bear fruit. So your formula was worked on from the root, from the seed. You see what I mean? They can't believe that. So they expected you guys to be bottom feeders. But God said, no, we don't eat bottom feeders around here. And we ain't bottom feeders around here. But we supply the food. So you're either going to do the work the right way, or you're going to stay on the same level. All right? I love you guys. Oh, there's something else I want to tell you guys. So another thing that God was telling me is y'all got to stop talking to people about your next move. I don't care if it's as simple as, this is what happened in my life, this is what happened. Because trust me, you can be opening up to someone like, oh, this is my friend, and you open up to this person, telling them this about your life, that you can tell someone everything that you've been through in your life, all the hardships you've been through in your life, and they will still try to put you down. They'll still try to sabotage you. They'll still try to use things against you. That's why I don't come on YouTube and talk about every little thing that's happened in my life. Even though I do want to talk about my testimonies, I'm very private about certain testimonies and certain things. And when God says time for me to put it out, put it out. But the reason why I don't put a lot of stuff out is because the same people that mimic me and mock me, they're waiting for me to say something so they can go and twist it. They could go and twist it. And I have a message about that next. There's a scripture that says, I think it's Matthew 6 verse 3. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So I know it says when you give to the needy, don't let your left hand know what the right hand's doing. Let me tell you something. It's the same concept of when you're in friendships or family. When you're doing something in your life, or when you're giving to other people, or when you're helping other people, whatever you're doing in your life, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You can't let everybody know your moves. There's a reason why you have to move in silence. Because I'm telling you right now, red eye, aka evil eye, is real. You tell someone, hey, I'm gonna launch my, my cooking pans and pots. I got a cooking ware line I'm gonna launch. You know what I mean? And the person like, oh yes, I'm so happy for you, girl. And the next thing you know, shipments are delayed. All that stuff is delayed, and literally, that probably could have been prevented. You don't know what that person's doing behind the scenes. You don't know who they're talking to, who they're paying behind the scenes. Move in silence, guys. Okay? I love you guys. I'm going to get on to the next message. Love you guys. Bye.